Alright, this one time, me and my brother were working in New York City. Now, we do a lot of freelance production work, but this was our biggest gig to date. We were working at scripts for the TV broadcast that was welcoming the Pope to New York City. As you can imagine, we were in way over our heads. We just agreed to do whatever the team wanted. So at one point, I was told to meet the director at a subway station because the camera guys didn't have the credentials. And the police had locked down like 2 to 3 blocks. There was no way for them to get through without those credentials. And of course, being a TV broadcast, you need camera guys. So I rushed over to the subway station and just started scanning the area for him, trying to find him. At one point, I accidentally locked eyes with this random woman. I was like, oh, didn't mean to do that, so I keep scanning. But with my peripheral, I noticed she's still looking at me. Now at this point, all the bells are going off in my head, like, don't look at her again, don't look at her again. And she just keeps looking at me like, oh shit. She's about 10 feet from me, and she just calls out at me with a bunch of people in between us. Excuse me, you them albino black people? I froze because I am white as hell. I'm Scotch-Irish and I'd never go outside. I am translucent. I was so confused that I just responded with my heritage. I'm Scotch-Irish, ma'am. Maybe that's where they make them. Okay. So I just try to ignore her and go back to scanning. She comes over and sits down next to me and just stares like point blank at my head. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Just keep doing your job, man. Keep doing your job. I think she assumed I was trying to avoid her because the next thing she says is, you think you're better than me? At this point, I realize I'm fucked. This crazy black lady is going to try and stab me. The only thing I respond with is, I don't know you. And she just gets this look in her eyes like, good, cause you ain't. Like, she starts shaking. I was like, well, this is how I die. At that exact moment, my boss calls my cell phone. I finally find the director, my saving grace. Thank you, God. I meet up with him. He gives me the credentials. I get the fuck out of there. And I'm just happy to be just done with all that craziness. On the way back, I meet a cross-eyed man holding a cardboard sign shouting Allah. God, I love this city.